Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another intuitive tapping session. My name is Megan, and I am an energy management mentor, an EFT practitioner, a meditation facilitator. That's the word I'm looking for. And I don't even know. I'm here to help moms. I am here to help moms leverage their time or leverage their energy rather, so that they can make the best and most out of the time that they have. And we are at a new moon right now, currently at the time of recording this on June 6th. And so we're going to do some intuitive tapping, pull a card around the new moon energy. So I am using the deck, The Universe Has Your Back. I haven't used this in such a long time. This is probably one of the first card decks that I got way back when I started getting into this kind of stuff for myself. And so I figured we would pull a card for this all around the new moon, just creating some opening and some space to tune in to what it is that you would like to start to create, to start to embody, to start to intend or move towards in any way, shape, or form, whether that is a goal or an intention for the next few weeks for this cycle, or whether it's just something that you're tuning into or tapping into on a daily basis for your regular mom life, right? We can use this in a very expensive way. We could use it in a very practical way as well. And that's what I absolutely love about the new moon and just all the phases of the moon in general. It just really gives us a different perspective to work with our energy and then to actually apply it in a way that is practical for you. So that is what I mean by energy management as well. And before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that next week on June 10th, I'm going to be hosting and facilitating a 15-day live series in a private Facebook group about, it's called Time Out, and it's really directed towards moms who would like to really practice taking time out for themselves to really restore and replenish their energy, right? Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So the best way that I have found to actually get those results, to actually feel fulfilled and to actually feel like what you're doing when you take a break is working for you, is to withdraw the senses. So that's the 5 physical senses: sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. And so I was just in my membership community doing some work around this. And the new moon is a really great time to connect into those senses, just to get really back into your body, to see what is drawing you in certain directions. Maybe there's something that you would really find fulfilling, or that you would really find in alignment, that gives you a sense of purpose or joy or relief or whatever it might be that you're seeking. And tuning into your senses can really help you amplify or connect in deeper to whatever it is that you're working towards. So we're going to do 15 days of creating a practice, basically, and a habit of being able to withdraw your senses in order to more fully understand what it is that you want or need or desire. And it really does, as moms, we're overextended, we're overstimulated 99% of the time, right? So what we decide to do with the time that we have for ourselves sometimes doesn't give us that fulfillment, because we are overextended, we're overstimulated. Our nervous system and our body and our mind and our emotions are just stretched to the max. And so I have found that this, for myself personally, and I ran this back in November, was really helpful for moms to just really kind of pull back and to just to recalibrate your energy and to not move forward in a stimulated state. I think that's also really important. Moving forward from a settled state as much as you possibly can. There's always, that's always best, I think. So let's pull a card for today and see what we're going to tap into. Oh, this is good. Yeah. So the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Hopefully you can see that. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. I love that. And this actually makes a lot of sense as we are in this new moon. The new moon is in Gemini, the sun is in Gemini. I was just sharing with my membership, there's actually 5 different planets that are in Gemini right now. And so there's a lot of heady space. There's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of intellect. Communication is huge for Gemini. You know, just a very stimulated sense or a stimulated energy moves with energy or moves with Gemini. So it's an air energy. It moves quick and it moves fast, and it's very intellectual, or it can be overstimulating. It can feel like you are stretched beyond what you can kind of facilitate for yourself, the capacity that you have. It can feel very draining, very much like an overstimulated, frantic, frazzled, you know, too many things on the go. So today we are going to do a couple of rounds of tapping on releasing the mind. One of the anchors that I shared today was it's safe to soften my mind. And sometimes we might think about that and be like, that's going to dumb me down. Right? We're gonna become soft. We're going to become, you know, we're not going to become aware of what's going on. People are going to take advantage of us, or we're going to miss something, or we're not going to be like. Take a look and really tune into yourself right now. When your mind is on, when your mind is in like awareness mode or hypervigilance or on guard or very attentive to certain things in a scattered, unfocused kind of way, what is it that your mind is trying to attain? So just taking a moment here and asking yourself that. What do you think that you're trying to attain when your mind is in control? And so just take a moment, see what lands with you, and I'll share what's kind of coming through for me as we lean into this. Jot it down if you'd like to, because you can always replace the words in this tapping. In this tapping practice to really get specific and tailor it to your own experience. Excuse me. So the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. But when I think about what I need, so it's really interesting to kind of take a look at this. It's usually safety, it's usually love. We need to be aware or on guard, or we need to be focused. We need to be very attentive to certain things. I think as moms, it's more of a safety thing than anything, right? Especially if you have really little kids. Our mind, our senses are heightened so much because we need to be attentive to what is going on, because we have either babies or toddlers or young kids that they need our assistance and they don't always know how to ask for our assistance. We just have to be very perceptive in being able to be there for them whenever we think they need to, or whenever we sense they need us, right? So it can be really hard to withdraw those senses, especially if you have young kiddos. And so, of course, doing this you be discerning, right? Making sure that you and your family or you and your kids are safe in doing these practices. But if you could for a moment really get curious about why you think your mind is the one that's going to be able to help you get, or to help you pick up on those senses more. And there's no right or wrong answers to this. It's just kind of like a personal self-inquiry. So as we're working through that, as we're mulling that over, we're going to start tapping on the side of the hand. And we're going to say, even though I would like to be less stimulated, I don't see that possible right now because of where I'm at in my life. And I'd like to love and accept myself anyway. Even though my mind is in overdrive so much of the time right now, I need to be aware of anything and everything possible in order to keep me and my family safe. But this is very taxing. And I'd like to love and accept myself anyway. Even though my mind is very busy. I feel like it is in overdrive. It is overstimulated and overextended. I'm definitely past my mental capacity right now. I'd like to love and accept myself exactly where I'm at. And bring myself some relief in some way, shape, or form today. All right, take a nice gentle breath and let's move to the top of the head. Excuse me. And say, I can't stop thinking right now. Eyebrow point. If I stop thinking, side of the eye, things are going to fall apart. Underneath the eye. I won't be on the ball. Underneath the nose, I will miss something. Underneath the mouth, something will go wrong. Collarbone point, and it'll be all my fault. Underneath the arms. So I need to keep my mind in overdrive. Underneath the chest. I need to constantly be aware. Wrist points. I need to constantly be on guard and vigilant. Top of the head. About what is going on around me. Eyebrow point. My senses are constantly stimulated. Side of the eye, so that I can keep myself underneath the eye and my family underneath the nose, safe, protected, and taken care of. Underneath the mouth. This is a big job. Collarbone point. This is a huge job. Underneath the arms. Sometimes I wish I didn't have it. Underneath the chest, or that I wish it didn't have to be this hard. Wrist points. I give myself permission today. Top of the head. To really love this part of me. Eyebrow point. To love this mom mode that I am in. Side of the eye. And to give it all the credit that it needs and deserves today. Underneath the eye. I'm ready to hold space for this part of me. Underneath the nose. To love and honor all that I have been doing. Underneath the mouth. And it's safe to do that now. All right. So if you have, take a drink of water or something to drink. Just take a nice gentle breath and tune in with your body. Tune in with yourself and see how that lands. So I think that a lot of the time we think that we have to do something, there's no other way to do it. And that could be very well the case, right? As a mom of babies and toddlers, you know, I remember having to be on the ball and I needed to be so attentive and so aware so much of the time that there was no other way not to do it, right? So And it wasn't a matter of changing it as much as it was changing the perspective of it, right? So, like as we shifted through that round, I felt a greater sense of relief in this is how it is. And I love this part of me. I love this part of me. And then we're going to go into another round here and just really tune into, like, it doesn't have to be this way 24/7. It's not going to be like this forever. I think we need to find some relief in the timing sometimes, but yeah, let's take a look and see what else comes up through when you think about this. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Right. And so sometimes we think, yeah, well, we need to be removed from a situation. We need to have 10 more arms. We need somebody else to help us. We need somebody else to, you know, be there for us, or be there for, oh, my kids, or whatever it might be. Like, what is it that you think you need? And just tune into that for a moment. Now, after having gone through that first round, now what is it that you think you need? So we're going to start again on the side of the hand, tapping gently, and say, even though I think I need something, I can see how this might be coming from a place of lack and scarcity, of feeling not enough. And I love and accept this part of me today. Even though sometimes it feels like there's just not enough to go around. I don't have the energy or the attention or the time to give to all of the areas that I'd like to give. And I love and accept myself anyway. Sometimes I wish I could have something different. Sometimes I think I need fill in the blank. Part of me believes that this will fix everything. And part of me feels like it won't. And I love and accept where I'm at today. Taking a nice breath again and moving to the top of the head. And we'll say, I think I need fill in the blank. Eyebrow point. That will make me feel fill in the blank. Side of the eye. If I feel that way, underneath the eye, then I will get or have what? Fill in the blank. Underneath the nose. I wonder if underneath the mouth, I can get what I want. Collarbone point. By generating it from within me. Underneath the chest or underneath the arms. Part of me says, no way, Jose. Underneath the chest. You need that thing. Wrist points in order to feel that way. Top of the head. And that thing I want, eyebrow point, is out of my reach. Side of the eye, out of my control. Underneath the eye. And a part of me believes underneath the nose, that it is unattainable right now. Underneath the mouth, I give myself permission. Collarbone point. To honor the part of me that doesn't think I can have it. Underneath the arms, that thinks it's not doable right now. Underneath the chest. And so I have to suffer instead. Wrist points. I have to sacrifice. Top of the head. And I have to struggle. Eyebrow point. I really think a big part of me believes this right now. Side of the eye. I wonder what would happen underneath the eye if I forgot that now. Underneath the nose. What if I could forget underneath the mouth that whatever I want or need, collarbone point, has to come from someone or something else underneath the arms, outside of me. Underneath the chest. And I'm curious about how wrist points. I can explore this more now. All right, so take a nice gentle breath there and just, again, take a sip of water if you have, or a drink, and just really tune into how that feels. So again, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. If that's what we're going for right now, if we think we need something and we forgot that, what would take its place? How would it feel to not have that condition or expectation or that standard? And really, even if you just removed it for a minute just to feel relief, right? Instead of trying to think about what would replace it right away, just have that relief. And then, of course, the beauty of prayer or meditation or just reflection in general, contemplation, is if we are from a different vantage point, if we're not kind of socked into the expectation or the condition, if we are not kind of really, really attached to what it is that we think we need, then we're opening up space, we're letting things go, and there's something else outside of our mind, or a higher version of our mind, or our higher self, our higher self, or our soul, or source, or whatever it is that you believe in, can come in and kind of, become that guidance, that they can become that voice, they can become that wisdom. And that is all within you, right? So that is not separate from you. That's not over here. That's not out there. It is within you. You don't have to go talk to somebody for that. You don't have to go read anything for that. You don't have to engage in anything externally outside of yourself in order to get that to come through. The thing that I have found over the years is that what gets in the way are the senses, right? It's what we see, it's what we hear, it's what we're kind of feeling, whether that's physically or emotionally. It's what we are perceiving. And then we take that and we interpret all of that. And then we say, okay, well, that we don't like, it's not available to us, right? Especially with young kids, especially with babies. We think that these things are not available to us, but again, taking a look at what you think you need, what is the deeper thing behind the thing, right? So if you, again, ask yourself, I need this in order to make me feel this. So I need this thing in order to make me feel this way. So I need more time in order to feel relief. What if you didn't need the time? What if you could just feel relief in the moment, at the moment, right? And that's presence, right? And again, to get to that state of being present and being a little bit more open and patient, I cannot find my words today. We need to kind of declutter and We need to gather our energy back to us. So anything that we've extended out, anything that's kind of been dispersed out and around us to kind of get this attention, or to not get this attention, to get this, to go find the information, right? We put feelers out there. We're like, go find me this. What if we pulled all that back and be like, from within? It's like, hey, find me this from within, right? So taking a look at how that feels. We're going to do a quick round of tapping and breathing so that we can kind of just anchor some of this in and just really get into that mindset, or that frame of mind, or that heart space even, which may or may not be difficult for you depending on your chart, depending on what's in your life. I mean, depending on your energy. Right now is very much a heady energy in general. There's a lot of heady influences, a lot of intellectual mind influences of energy going around right now. But we can also really just take a look at, if I forgot about that, if I didn't feel into that, if that was not the thing right now, what would I want, or what would I need? And can I open up within myself in order to allow something deeper or greater within me to give me the answers instead of my head? Because my head is just going to interpret whatever I have like going on out there, right? So the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. So the more I see this and the more I say this, is the more it's like really starts to resonate with me. And I'm just like, oh, what if you could forget? What if you could forget the limitations and the challenges that you have, the way you perceive those limitations or challenges or responsibilities or obligations? And what if you could open up and release it, and then open up enough to just allow something deeper and more wise and higher, or for your best and highest good, to come through and give you the answers that you need, not from your head, but from your heart, or from your body, or from your soul, whatever it might be. So, very interesting. Let's just go straight to the top of the head, tapping gently, and just take a nice, gentle breath. Now moving to the eyebrow point, taking another nice, gentle breath. Just allowing yourself to settle into this space. Out of the eye. It has given us a lot to think about. Now moving to the bottom of the eye, just taking a nice gentle breath, but just thinking about it more openly from the observer or the witness. Underneath the nose, taking a nice gentle breath, settling even more. And instead of asking, how can I see this differently? Move to the bottom of the mouth now. Take a nice gentle breath. Ask yourself, how would your soul see this? Collarbone point. What you think you need. How would your heart see this? Underneath the arms, just taking a nice gentle breath. Opening up even more to how would source or spirit or God see this? Underneath the chest, taking a nice gentle breath, feeling more connected to that higher, deeper part of you. Wrist points. And just allowing that part of you to take some space, to take some time to give you the answer. So take a nice deep full breath now. Rub your hands together if you'd like. You can stretch, you can wiggle your toes or your fingers, or just move your legs a little bit. Get into your body, but then keep that openness in your mind of, how would my soul see this? How would my heart see this? How would I experience this? Or how would God interpret this, right? Like that's a really cool thing to think about as well, is if your mind was your best advocate and interpreter for your best and highest good, what would your mind be gathering information from? It wouldn't be from social media. It wouldn't be from, it wouldn't be from external sources necessarily. And maybe there might be signs or cues or clues there, but it'll feel different, right? There'll be like a click or a nudge or something for you to follow maybe, and you'll see something a couple of times and be like, what about that? And so again, don't think that the mind is wrong, but asking the mind to just be your best advocate or your best interpreter and advocate for your best and highest good. And that is, that's the superpower of our mind too, is that our mind is really actually here to help us, guide us. It's not meant for us to necessarily live from or be from or like try to actually solve anything from. It's there to help us gather information or to guide us into a direction that will give us, a more felt sense of that is what it is that is needed, right? Or that is what is in alignment for you right now. So I'm curious to see how this lands with you, what comes up with you. Again, the card here is from The Universe Has Your Back, which I'm actually really stoked about kind of playing with a little bit more because it's been so long. But the anchor today was the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And again, that's super, super liberating to think about, well, if I forgot my limitation or the challenge or the perception of, what would my soul see this as? Like, how would my soul interpret this as? And giving it up to prayer, giving it up to God, giving it up to the divine, whatever it might be that you believe in. So I hope today was helpful. Again, if you would like to tune in on a regular basis with me from June 10th to the 28th, I will be hosting and facilitating a 15-day series during the week. It's all about withdrawing the senses, getting you a little bit more settled, a little bit more soothing the nervous system, so that you can actually hear this guidance, so that you can actually generate it from within. And it's just more of a practice to really withdraw the senses and to find relief so that you can either find some stillness, either some neutrality or observation, or some neutrality I think is a really good word for it. But then the more that you build on that, the more your inner senses are going to kick in, and the easier I think you are going to be able to intuit what it is that you're seeking, whatever the information is that you're gathering. For the other time that your senses are kind of on guard and hypervigilance. So yeah, you can join. I will put the link in the description here. It's $15 for 15 days. I hope you can join us. I'm really, really excited for it. This is the second time I'm running it, so I'm really excited to see how it expands even more. Otherwise, have an amazing rest of your week, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye for now. Bye.